Today, I'm gonna show you how to go from a single vertice to awesome Christmas ornaments that can really help bring your winter wonderlands to life. These things paired up with the right lighting and put the right way in games can really bring so much magic into your scenes. And how to make them is pretty easy too. Let's go. Hey guys, and welcome to the first Tutorial Tuesday. Since we are in December and the Christmas season is much jolly, we're gonna show you guys how to make Christmas lights, but not just the string lights. We are gonna be making some items like this with a bunch of variations, whether that is a Christmas ornament, maybe a big elf, some bells, etc. Guys, you're gonna be able to make anything you want in this style at the end of this video. So, first things first, Shift A, and we are gonna bring in a single vert, add single vert, perfect. And then in vertice selection mode is where we need to be. Now we're gonna grab an image from our computer that we've gotten from Google. Let's do the Christmas ornament first, because why not? It's very simple, very easy, and will show us everything that we need to know. Let's put this vertice up in the corner. We were pressing G to move that image, by the way. Now select your vertice, press Tab to go into edit mode. You're gonna be holding Control and right-clicking where you want the next vertice to be. So we're just gonna go around this item. The best part about this is it doesn't really have to be perfect, because if you think about hanging up actual string lights and trying to make one of these with, I don't know, just a set of string lights from Walmart and not a pre-designed item, well, it's most definitely not going to be perfect. Now that we're here, we're gonna press Control and get this vertice super close. Then we'll just turn on our magnet, make sure that it is on vertex, and hover over the other vertice and press G. That'll make those right on top of each other. And then we can press A to select everything, M, and by distance. As you can see, it removed that extra vertice. Sorry to interrupt this video, and we'll get straight back to it, but I need you guys to leave comments down below on what tutorials you would like to see next. I'm hoping that this series can be based off whatever the most liked comment is on the previous Tutorial Tuesday video. So if you see a comment that you like, or something you want to learn how to do, make sure to drop a like on it, and if you don't see it, make sure to comment it down below. Let's jump back in. The next thing that we need to do is go from a vertice that we already have and start shaping out all of the details of the object. We will remove the extra vertices after we get all of them placed. I also want to make sure that I have vertices at the start and at the end of whatever object I'm working on. So I'm just using G to kind of move these around. Right here, we're going to press Control R to add a loop cut, so we have a perfect vert right there. This one's close enough to just move, so let's put it over here. We'll move this one down a little bit and this one down a little bit, just to keep that edge. We'll do the same here. And now we'll just do the same thing by left-clicking while holding Control to trace out this line. And we'll do that for the other two lines as well. Then the main shape is done, and we can get on to how to make this an actual object instead of a couple lines on your screen. Now that our main shape is done, we're gonna zoom in on those vertices that are kind of overlapped and press G since our magnet mode is still on. And then we'll be able to delete these extra vertices when we do the merge by distance. So A, M, and by distance, we removed 3 vertices. Now, we don't really need this background picture anymore. I guess if you want to make sure your light placements are perfect, I mean, sure, you could use it, but I think we are going to get rid of ours, just pressing H to hide. And now we're going to add a skin modifier. As you can see, it looks absolutely ridiculous, but if we go into edit mode and do Control A, we can scale this down quite a bit. And remember that this is just supposed to be string, so it really doesn't need to be that thick. Something like this looks good to me. Now, if you wanted to, you could also add a subdivision surface modifier. I'm not going to do that because I feel like I want to just keep these as low poly as possible, since they're going to be copy and pasted decorations around one of the maps that I'm working on. We can go ahead and tab into object mode, and then we can pick what we're going to use for the lights. I think I'm going to use an icosphere, and then shade smooth auto smooth. These are going to be neon in studio, so I don't think it really matters the shape of them too much because the glow of them will be pretty nice. But all we're doing now is Shift D and moving it to the next place. We are going to turn off our magnet though. Now we have all of these dots as one object and our string as another object. We are going to convert to mesh. That will just remove the modifier. And then we can export this into Studio. So A to select everything, File, Export, and I usually do FBX. Now that we're in Studio, we can go to Window, Asset Manager, and find our file. There's also 0% chance that I spelled ornament right. I'm just putting that out there in the world. There we go. We could select both of these, right click and insert. Control G to group those together. Now we can scale this way down because it was massive. And all we have to do now is pick our colors. So for the lights, let's change this to neon. And let's make a blue one. And we're gonna make our string the same color blue, but not neon. Now we have a little Christmas light. Now to do these with more colors, or a more complex item, you would just have to separate in Blender the different things that you want. So let's say I wanted all of the center lights, or maybe every other light, to be a different color. I would just grab them by pressing L on my keyboard to select the object, and then I would say P and selection. Now I'll be able to color these and these separately in Roblox Studio. I'm gonna try to make at least one more shape so we have a little bit of variation. All right, so I just finished tracing out a little bit more of a complex shape, and I separated everything that needs a different color in Studio. We do have some bit of glitching down here. Let's check that out. This guy got all messed up. It's gonna be easiest just to delete all of this right here and refill it because, yeah, we're not doing that. In fact, I am just going to connect these verts. So we'll just press G and make them snap over to the other side. I think we got that fixed down there. We just have to add the lights. Now, I still have them from earlier, so I'm gonna just grab one of these, see selection, and we will move it over to the other thing we're working. Let's go ahead and set origin to geometry so we can move it and actually be able to see it, and maybe make them a little bit smaller for this one. But now it's the same as earlier, guys. Shift D to duplicate, and make sure you're keeping the colors as the same object in Blender. We just got all of those placed. Let's get this into Studio and see if it looks good. It is time to drop some color on this bad boy. Let's go ahead and grab both of these, and we're gonna go with a tannish color. Maybe something along those lines. Let's go ahead and make this neon. Not too bad. For the shirt, we're gonna go with a bluish color, similar to the photo. Neon once again. Of course, the hat, we're gonna go with red. And then neon, I mean, we're kind of just doing the same thing, fellas. And then last but not least, the little ball at the end of the hat. That's gotta be a glowing white and neon. I mean, this guy looks a little cursed. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I did too many dots. Maybe I didn't follow it greatly. But it does get the point across. I'm gonna make a few more of these on my own time to decorate the map for a video that's... You know, it might actually be out already. I'm not sure. But I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you do use this technique to make anything, tag me on Twitter. I want to see them, and leave in the comments below what you guys would like the next tutorial to be for next Tuesday. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today. If you did enjoy and want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.